What's up, everyone? It is Julian here with a impromptu episode and video if you're watching on YouTube. And I made this just after having a conversation with a friend. And we were talking about, wow, it's already March. I was just thinking, I could just remember it being January 1st, and it's already March now. And we were talking about a lot of things, things going on in the world and everything. And then we got to talking about how's the year going. And this led me to the bigger picture is that at the beginning of the year, many people set New Year's resolutions. Many people set goals, or basically they set things that, they're going to change this year. This is their year. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to do this. And oftentimes you might get lucky. People might get lucky and make it a month. But then afterwards, oftentimes it's falling off after that. And definitely 3 months in, it's a very small percentage of people who are actually still on track or even still continuing to go after that thing that they actually wanted in the first place. And that's what this video is about. And it's two reasons why oftentimes that I see, and this is just from personal experience myself, of why we fall off with our goals and get distracted. And I'm going to do another video on distractions soon as well. But for now, let's just stick to this of if you fell off with your resolutions, if you fell off with your goals, and we're in March right now, why is that and what can you do? And there's two things, as I said. The very first thing is that your system's broken. And what I mean by system is think about your operating system. Something is causing you to not follow through with your word, to not stay true to what you said. You may want to lose the 10 pounds. You may want to get your A1C down below 5.3. You may want to improve your insulin, your cholesterol. You may want to improve your relationship. You may want to improve your business, but you just cannot get yourself to consistently do the things that you need to do. And one of the big reasons is your operating system. The system is broken. And I did an episode a long time ago talking about this, and I mentioned this a lot, especially when it comes to nutrition, is that it's imperative that you have what I call a standard of performance. And I took that word from Hall of Fame NFL coach Bill Walsh and what he did to turn around the San Francisco 49ers and turn them into winners and winning multiple Super Bowls. But in a nutshell, it's a way in which you go about things. You don't have to think about it. It's a philosophy that you have. It's a standard that you hold yourself to, no matter what. So for me, when it comes to exercise, for example, every single day, I am doing some type of activity. Most likely I'm going to be running or lifting, or maybe I'm doing both, or boxing. Today, ironically, I'm not doing neither because back's a little acting up a little bit, so I'm just going to walk. But I'm still doing activity. So I'm still keeping the chain moving. Then keeping the chain moving is something from Jerry Seinfeld and what he did every day as he was growing in his comedic career. Every day he would write a joke, whether bad or good, he would still do that joke. And he put an X on the calendar as he did that. And he's just building that habit. And that's what the standard of performance is doing with you as well. So for you, say, what is your system for nutrition? How are you going to execute? What are you going to do for breakfast? What are you going to do for lunch? What are you going to do for dinner? What about snacks? Or are you going to just skip breakfast and say, I'm going to fast for X amount of hours? What is the game plan? And what is that system like? And so that's one of the critical reasons that a lot of times people do not stick with their goals and their resolutions, as some people call them. It's because the operating system is faulty and it's not strong enough. And when life gets in the way, that system, if it's not strong enough, it's going to get disrupted and it's going to fall apart. And so the second thing is identity. And this is one that maybe people don't think about as much. And I say identity is, I'm the type of person that does X and X and X. So a lot of times we think about, okay, I want to be less than, let's just use an example. Say somebody wants to be less than 15% body fat and, and have excellent biomarkers. And they want these things. But a key lesson that I've learned and that I always remind myself every day is that you do not get what you want. So let me say that again. You do not get what you want. You get what you attract. You attract what you want. You attract what you are. You don't get what you are. You attract what you are. And so you can say it many different ways. And what I mean by that is, basically, are you the type of person, what you're doing day in and day out, does your day-to-day actions, does your life reflect the life of someone who would have these things? So if you're trying to be less than, if you're trying to be, say for example, you're trying to be an all-star marathon runner, does your life reflect what a all-star marathon runner would do? If you're trying to be 10% body fat, does your life reflect someone who would be worthy of getting that 10% body fat? And that makes it very simple with identity. Is your actions congruent with someone who's going to get these things? If you're trying to dramatically lower your body fat, is your day-to-day actions reflective of someone who actually would have their body fat lowered? I'm sure we all know people in our lives who have certain things that we would like to have. Study those people. What are they doing that I'm not doing? And then adopt those things. That's one of the key things that I've been doing this year, and not just in fitness, but in business and personal development and pretty much every category of life. Is I study people and I've sought out mentorship in people who are doing things that I want to do. And I notice what are the things that they're doing. And oftentimes it comes down to the things, the small little habits that are very easy to overlook. But that makes the biggest difference. So as I wrap this short impromptu video up here, I'm kind of just talking, I'm just riffing here before I head out to a meeting. It's the two big reasons that I see that people oftentimes fall short with their resolutions, with their goals, and is one, their operating system. The system is faulty and it's not strong. There's no standard of performance. There's no plan. There's no cohesive plan. Randomness is not a good strategy, because when life really starts to take into effect and distractions are coming everywhere. You see what's going on in the world. There's distractions everywhere. And you still have your busy lifestyle, your business, or you're an entrepreneur in your company, so you have a lot of responsibilities. It's very easy for your health and fitness to take the back burner. And so if you do not have a strong operating system and plan in place, you don't stand a chance. And number two, to review, is identity. Is your identity matching up with the type of things that you want? So if you want excellent biomarkers, if you want to reduce biological aging and redefine what it means to age and redefine performance and get the most out of yourself, is your day-to-day actions reflective of someone who would be worthy of getting those things? Think about this. It's like having success bestowed upon you. So it's just a different way to think about things. The things you want in life, anything you want in life, you can take this beyond fitness. Whatever you want. If you want to attract a mate, I want a mate with X and X and X and X, right? Are you worthy of getting that type of mate? And this is not a self-worth thing. It's more like an action thing. Am I living in congruence with the type of way that would attract that kind of mate? Same thing with your fitness. Am I in congruence, living in a way that would attract lowering my body fat, lowering my biomarkers? So it's a little different. I know a lot of times the world focuses on tactics, like how many macros I should eat and different kind of diets and everything. Those things are important. Don't get me wrong. I love data. I love all the tactical things. I got plenty of them. But if you do not have these foundational things really in order, then it's all for naught. So I hope this makes sense. So stay awesome, be limitless, and take it easy. Peace.